Alright guys, so it is going to be mock battle time, taking a look at the Zeong that we will be getting for global fairly soon. So I want to take the opportunity to just kind of do like a early showcase of this unit because if I am going to be pulling a global, I'm gonna need all the funds that I can, and that's why I'm making an extra video on this one. So I do have it in JV obviously, so we can kind of take a look at and just kind of see how this unit would perform. So a lot of the unit that I have on this team, global does not have yet. We have Gang, probably going to be one of the more important units to have to protect Zeong at all times, because it kind of focused the enemy for the first 15 seconds on any armored unit. So within the first 15 seconds, if your Zeong can actually go in ham and do all the works, well, you probably might win yourselves the arena battle. So that's pretty much why we have Ganwe here. We also do have the Sharizaku. So for this one, we are going to turn our attention into all the Gundam type units. So it's not going to be a fun time running around with Gundam type unit. And obviously, as far as our tank, we will be using the full armor of Zeta. This is probably going to be another tank set for global we may not be getting for, I want to say, 4 or 5 months from now. But this is just to simulate as far as having like an absolute tank, what this will do. Penelope, I would say, I don't know how long or how durable this unit would be when facing off Zeong with the EX skill popping. So we'll definitely have to see, right? This unit, due to separate instances of EX skill damage, so 435 and then 326 at EX skill level 5. So kind of keep that in mind. And we do have a good amount being damaged from the skill 1, 2 separate instances of 58%, so that could rack up a lot of damage for Zeong obviously. And given the amount of attacks that it can do with the wired, is it the 5 wired miss or the hand, whatever the attack name is on the hand, I don't know, but yeah, we do have that. So this thing is one of the mega particle cannon on just the mega particle gun on the hands, so we have that. We also do have a waves mega particle and then another one. So yep, I'm not getting the full translation out of it, but you guys know what I mean. So gonna hop in with this team. In terms of the pilot, I do not have Char, so I'm using the most I guess the most relevant pilot that is also giving me a decent amount of ring sense up. I think for sure we can stack up to 300% ring sense, while this one I think is Beltorchi. She's also giving me up to 200% from both stacking, so I mean it works out. So yeah, let's kind of hop in and then we will see how good Zeong is. So first up, what I want to show you guys is a replication of, let's say if the enemy has a full team of this Gundam type except for one. The enemy does have 2 healer. We have the new Gundam, we have V2, and then followed by that we have Banshee, Penelope, and then we have Zeta, double Zeta GR. So in terms of just dropping in, the purpose of Sapi is just to drop it in there. Our lineup is going to be as follow. I can even put, let's say, Hakashiki up in front, because in terms of these over here, especially Gang, every one of them are going to be targeting either one of these over here. So regardless of where I place, let's say Hakashika or just any in general, we are going to be fine. As far as my CN, I'm just going to put it right here. I could technically put it up here as well, but I do want to get the full stack bonus by putting it in the same row. It doesn't really matter actually. So I think for me, I can actually place it right up here as well, and we should be kind of good to go. I'll see how it goes if I put it right up here. And let's see how things are gonna go. So if we can pop EX skill fast early into the game, dude, we are gonna get the win. All right, so Penelope, let's see who is gonna be targeting. All right, let's see. Oh, wow. Sure. Oh yeah, because we are targeting Gundam types, so yeah, going with their type advantage, so that's why Banshee Noir is getting cooked out here. Okay. Alright, Banshee Noir is popping EX skill, let's go. Who is it gonna target though? Probably gonna be targeting full armor double Zeta, I would have to assume, and we are probably going to be taking 0 damage. Yeah, 0 damage essentially. Okay, this one is probably going to be targeting Penelope, I have to assume. And we are going to be healing, or the enemy is going to be healing a decent amount from that. Okay, I don't want to watch it again. Alright, V2 is going to be doing some healing right there, and I don't think that is going to kill us actually. I think we should probably survive just a little bit from here. Yeah, we survived. That's good. Alright, so activating Hakashikis. Okay. So what I have noticed in terms of how fast Zeong actually pop EXQ is usually right after Hakashiki, so I think yeah, right about now we just pop it. So it still takes a little bit actually to pop EXQ, depending on when you put it. I have put it in the front and I have put it in the back already to try it out on my time just to see how it works, and yeah, it's always after Hakashiki for whatever reason. So it's just an indication it's gonna take a hot minute. So okay. Look at Zeong. I think Zeong did a lot of EXP damage. I think it was 70k as an average. That is a lot. Consider I am setting all these settings to what Global is having. I think it's level 133, and or sorry, 138, and we still did that much damage. So yeah, you guys can only imagine the amount of HP that are left. So right now, a full AoE team is probably unstoppable. If you guys can pop EX2 faster than your enemy, you're kind of good to go. The only real way to actually just stop, let's say, Zeong is, or yeah, if you do want to protect Zeong for the time being for global, you're gonna have to put GPO2 as a tank, so any green unit cannot just outright target Zeong right off the bat. So that's the only option. Or in terms of defensive lineup, you just put any blue element unit in front of it just to tank it. So yeah, because Zeong right now don't really have the best partnering unit. So oh, wow, the enemy V2 is actually hanging on pretty well, and did Sagut actually get the finishing blow? No, we did not. But you guys can see how much damage we did with Zeong. It's absolutely absurd. So alright, so what I'm gonna do, I am gonna do another attempt, but this time around we are gonna change out the enemy lineup to non-Gundam type, and then we shall see how much damage drop off we are looking at. So damage report, this is kind of what we're looking at. So Zeong did the most, very absurd right there, nearly doubling what everyone's doing, so that is kind of crazy. Yeah, in terms of the enemy lineup now, I am gonna swap things around, not gonna be putting a lot of Gundam type units, so we can see what kind of difference. This time around, I try to change every unit in the enemy team to have, let's say, a lot of non-Gundam type tags in there. So we replaced with Zaku 1, Kubili, Dagdog, and then we also did bring in Galplan as well. So Galplan can actually be a pretty good counter to Zeong if Zeong, let's say, is the lowest HP units on the enemy team. So I don't think that's going to be the case. I would probably say either it's going to go up from type neutral first. So if the type advantage on the Galplan, which is going to be blue, if anything is lower than these over here, they will actually take the hit. But if any of these are going to be lower in HP, they're going to take the hit. So because it does target, I think it just targets the lowest HP enemy, or I could be wrong on that. I mean, I haven't really looked at the full translation of it, but I think that is the case, the lowest HP enemy. So I think I can probably still put it right there. So in this specific instance, having Zeong, or sorry, having Char Zagu is actually not that great, because there's virtually only one Gundam type, and this is probably a waste of a slot. But I'm just gonna put it right over here, and then we will just gonna see how we will kind of do. I'm just gonna hide this one for now because I want to get the full screen over here, and we will see. So who took the hit? No one did actually. Oh, there you go. Let's see who took it. Let's see. I want to say Hakashiki is probably gonna be taking it. So, oh, okay, yeah, I was right. So because Sharsagu has the lowest HP, so we took the hit. Very, very unfortunate, obviously, but you know, it is what it is. Alright, so let's see what's going on after this. Okay, I can skip that. Skip that. I think Zeong should be popping. Yeah, there you go. Zeong popped it a little bit earlier this time around, so that's good. Even against a non-Gundam type, I would have to assume the EXP damage is a little bit. Yeah, just half of that actually. It's very apparent. So if you're not seeing a full Gundam team squad, my best advice don't even run it because it's not going to be useful, and you might just find yourself in a very bad situation where you just end up dying. So I will only run it if there's more than like 3 or more Gundam type units on the enemy lineup. Then I'll probably run it. Yeah, because otherwise it will be much more worth it. But if you see like a full yellow Sasabi, purple Sasabi, Quibbly, DO of that nature, yeah, I wouldn't run it because you're actually going into you're not gonna win. Essentially gonna lose. So I wouldn't do that. But we obviously got the W, so I'm just gonna take a look at the report and then we are gonna hop out of here. Alright, so this time around, Zeong didn't really do a lot in this match because there's just not a whole lot of Gundam type enemy. And you guys can see even the EX skill damage isn't as impressive as it was before. So this is just to show, I mean, like I would have to assume if you are running against a Zeong team, like you would not even be bringing any Gundam type unit except for probably Penelope. I think Penelope can still hold some ground on its own. But other than that, you might as well just bring some Quibbly, like both the purple and yellow Sasabi, and something else like the O, for example, and you should be good. And you just hope for the best that you don't get hit with the EX skill, and you should be rock solid. But other than that, I am going to be cutting right here because tomorrow after I do pull Zeong, hopefully we will be doing a more in-depth. I think at that point in time I'll probably show up in co-ops and see how things goes. But other than that, I just want to give you guys a quick showcase of how Zeong actually functions in a arena setting using mock battle, and I'll be catching you guys all on the next one.